Documents surrounding the Jeffrey Epstein case is now going after some big names. The committee has issued subpoenas to former President Bill Clinton, former presidential nominee Hillary Clinton, and several top law enforcement officials. Also tonight, former Deputy Chief of Staff to then President Biden appeared voluntarily before the same House panel probing an alleged cover-up of President Biden's mental health.
Good evening to you. You know, the Biden investigation really divided Democrats and Republicans, but Republicans now say this fresh Epstein probe is such a bipartisan effort that even the Clintons may not be able to escape it.
Good.
Tonight, former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton are facing congressional subpoenas to testify in person about Jeffrey Epstein. The House Oversight Committee summoning the Clintons and 8 former FBI directors and attorneys general spanning from the Bush era to the Biden White House. The historic move comes as pressure grows on Republicans and the Trump administration to release the Epstein files, and as President Trump points his finger away from himself.
By the way, I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times.
Clinton has denied that, but Oversight Chairman James Comer tells Fox he's got questions.
Well, were you ever at Epstein Island? How many times did you go to Epstein Island? What was your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein?
No former president has ever come to the Hill for a deposition, but Comer says the Clintons will have a hard time dodging this one since the left wants answers too. Last week, 4 Democrats on an oversight panel voted with 3 Republicans to subpoena the Justice Department for the Epstein files. Democrats are looking for one name.
Donald Trump is clearly going to do everything that he can to minimize the impact to him. But yet he's involved in the cover-up, and we believe Republicans are helping in that right now.
That investigation gets underway as another pushes ahead. Mr. Reed, did you think that the president was competent to serve? Former Biden Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy Bruce Reed sitting in for his closed-door interview today over the alleged cover-up of President Biden's decline. Reed was part of a small group of decision makers who hid Biden, according to the book Original Sin. Advisors who have all, so far, defended Biden's competency to be the commander-in-chief. And Brett, tonight, a source familiar with Reed's deposition tells us that he basically defended the former president, blamed his poor debate performance on his stutter, and said the White House physician, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, who pled the fifth during his deposition, basically dismissed any cognitive tests as merely meaningless. The next person that is set to appear before the committee is Senior Communications Advisor Anita Dunn this Thursday. Brett.
Aisha, back on the Epstein case, Jeffrey Epstein's longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell trying to stop the DOJ from releasing the grand jury transcripts in her case.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the Trump administration is trying to make this public to show the base and to show people out there that they are taking this case very seriously. But Maxwell's lawyer essentially filed a motion today opposing those files from being released because she is appealing her case all the way to the Supreme Court. Her team writes this: Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Ghislaine Maxwell is not. Whatever interest the public may have in Epstein, that interest cannot justify a broad intrusion into grand jury secrecy. Now, I will say, though, it's noteworthy that Epstein victim Annie Farmer says that she does want these transcripts released as long as the victims' names, of course, are redacted.
If you're a victim of the Epstein Island situation, wouldn't you want to come out and forget the embarrassment, come out and say, these used me and I am now traumatized for life? Wouldn't they want to seek money off of this and exposing themselves and speaking what happened, what was involved, who was involved? I think the American people are going to see the truth when Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are on the stand and they start getting these questions, the way they answer, the way their body language is. The American people are going to see this, and we're going to be able to tell whether they're telling the truth or not to the American people. I know the media is trying to flip it around and say, well, Trump is trying to, appease his party and trying to release these files and figure out what's going on just to get the light away from him, even though he was on a transcript saying that he was on a flight with Epstein. But Trump already came out quite a few times and said that he did not go to the island. If we're going to say that he's lying, well, we need to have proof that he's lying. There's so many people out there like, oh yeah, no, he's lying. He's on the list, so he went. He was there. I can't say that, and nobody can say that about anybody that's on the list. We need some type of definitive truth that they were on the island and they've committed these acts that are alleged. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody.